Hi friends, my name is Patty, and I'm here to talk with you about flipped classroom, also called flipped learning. This is a pedagogical approach in which the traditional agenda of classroom-based learning is inverted, since students are introduced to the learning material before class. A little bit of history of flipped classroom. It all started when, in the 1990s, Harvard professor Eric Mazur developed a model of peer instruction, in which he provided material for students to prepare and reflect on before class, and then used class time to encourage deeper cognitive thinking via peer interaction and instructor challenge. He called this just-in-time teaching. And now a little bit of theory. In traditional learning, lower level of learning such as remembering and understanding usually takes place in class, while students are usually left to work on activities that involve higher level of learning outside of classroom. However, in the flipped classroom model, learning is flipped. As you can see from the pyramid, students can finish the lower level of cognitive work before class, and when they come to class, they can engage in higher cognitive levels of learning with peers and teacher. You may ask, if students get the information at home, what shall we do with classroom time? It's simple. Classroom time will be used to deepen understanding through discussion with peers and problem-solving activities. And what's the role of the teacher? They will act to facilitate students' activities. You may ask, why I should flip my classroom? This is a list of the strong points of flipped classroom. Pros. It's easier for the teacher to share learning materials. It promotes a more efficient use of time. Students have opportunities to review material multiple times. It helps students stay focused on the topic. Teachers can use internet tools for assessing learning, like Google Forms, for instance. And these are the cons. It requires teachers to have high levels of technical competence. No immediate feedback. It requires the teacher to do more lesson preparation work. It can deepen students' digital divide. And now let's plan a flipped lesson. Choose the lesson you want to flip. Outline the objectives and devise a lesson plan. Prepare your materials. I wouldn't recommend you to record your lesson, since generally amateurish videos are more boring than a live lecture. Instead, look for YouTube videos and also articles that can be easily understood by your students, almost without your helping hand. Sure, it's a good idea to use social media for publishing the materials, and in my opinion, YouTube for the videos and a Facebook group accessible to your students only are still the best options. You can use Facebook also for sharing doc and PDF files and explaining the video's content plus assignments. Change. Now that your students have viewed your lesson, they're prepared to actually go more in depth than ever before. Group. An effective way to discuss the topic, while enhancing creativity, is to separate into teams where students are given a task which may be writing a poem, a play, making a video, etc. Regroup. Get the class back together to share the individual group's work with everyone. Engage student in interviewing the group front end. Other strategies include peer instruction and collaborative learning, where students can teach each other by explaining concepts while working in teams. Problem-based learning with students working at a real-life project. Discussions or debate, which means you give students the opportunity to develop their arguments in support of their opinions. studies have suggested that students reported increased enjoyment, decreased boredom, and greater task value in flipped classroom. So, let's flip.